Do you know what the wealthiest counties in the United States are? I've gotten a lot of requests about county videos. People want to see things about counties. I talk about states, cities, and towns, but never counties. So here we are. We're going to start off with the wealthiest counties in the United States. We'll do other videos about other subjects, but I thought this would be a fun one to start with. This video is just the counties with the highest median household income, according to the latest American survey from the U.S. Census Bureau. That's as of June 2022. Right now, here in 2022, the nation's median household income is right about $65,000. The median household income in these counties on this list are about double that. That normally means they have a bunch of very wealthy households in that county. You need quite a few millionaires to double that number. So today's video is just about places most of us can't afford. I think you'll be surprised which state has the most. Before we get going, leave a comment. Tell me which state you think is going to have the most wealthy counties in the top 10. All right, got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Nassau County, New York. Nassau County is on Long Island between Queens and Suffolk County. This little patch of Long Island has around 30 golf courses and only 8 of them are open to the public. The rest are country clubs, and unless you're wealthy or named Fletch, you ain't getting in. If you want to buy a home here, you probably should be expecting to pay over $550,000. The nicer ones, minimum, they're going to be like $700,000-800,000, and they have a lot of homes that are $2 and $3 and $4 million. If you find anything, let's say under $400,000, you're probably gonna have to pull up the carpet because it's still got a chalk outline on it. The median household income in Nassau County is $120,036. Number 9, Douglas County, Colorado. Douglas County, Colorado is where a lot of rich people live, and the real estate kind of shows it. If you want to buy a house here, and it's not like a condo or townhome or something like that, 90% of them are going to be over $750,000, with a whole bunch of them being in the $3, $4, and $5 million range. Douglas County is south of Denver, between Denver and Colorado Springs. It's got towns like Parker, Highland Ranch, Castle Rock, and Castle Pines. Their real estate gets a little crazy in this whole county. I mean, in most places, most of the decent places to live, minimum, you're going to have to pay about $700,000 for a home. You might be able to find condos and townhomes that are a little bit cheaper, but if you want something decent and you want something fairly new, it's going to start off around $700,000 and work its way up into the millions. I would say a majority of the decent homes, just by eyeballing it from Zillow and stuff, are about $750,000 to about $900,000. That's where you're going to find a bulk of the home prices. If you ever do decide to move here or anywhere in Colorado and you're coming from California, I've said this before, but when someone asks you where you're moving from, it is actually better to say you're just getting out of prison than California. They'll accept the prison thing a little bit better than they'll accept California. The median household income in Douglas County, Colorado is $121,393. Number 8, Marin County, California. For the longest time, Marin County was considered to be the most expensive place to live on the West Coast. Sometimes you hear that it's the most expensive place in the country, but for the most part, it was the most expensive place to live back in the 90s, 2000s, maybe even the 2010s. Since then, there's been some other places that have stepped up. Even back in the 90s, I question that because you have places like Bel Air, California, Beverly Hills that are just crazy expensive. If you want to buy some property in Marin County, let's say in Tiburon or Mill Valley, Sausalito, Manzanita, all these places are great places to live. The houses are a little bit on top of each other. You're not going to really be getting 2-3 acres here. At a minimum, for a single family home, you're looking at $1.2 million. I would say about half the homes for sale right now in Marin County are in between $2 and $5 million, with some of them getting up into the 10 and 15 million area. A lot of famous people are from here, lived here, or currently live in Marin County. Sean Penn, the late Robin Williams, Huey Lewis, George Lucas has a huge place here, Governor Gavin Newsom, director David Fincher, John Doe. If you don't know who he is, he was the lead guitarist for the punk band X back in the 80s. Great band. Pete Carroll lives there, who's a NFL football coach, and then too many NFL players and Major League Baseball players from the 49ers and the Giants to name. The median household income in Marin County, California is $121,671. I think a lot of that is brought down in price because when you have a prison in your county or your town or whatever, their stats get mixed in. San Quentin is in Marin County. It's right on the beach too. So if you can't afford a house there and you really want to live there, commit a felony in California. It's got to be a pretty bad one because they only send the worst of the worst to San Quentin. That or Pelican Bay. Oh, yeah. Number 7, Arlington County, Virginia. Arlington County, Virginia is right across the Potomac River from Washington, D.C. A good majority of the people that live here have something to do with the federal government. And in most cases, they're kind of high up there in the rankings. Or they're a lobbyist that just has money falling out of their pockets. This is where most people that make above like 60 grand in Washington move to. Nobody making good money in Washington wants to actually live in Washington unless they have to. Arlington County, Virginia is home to the Pentagon, Reagan National Airport, and Arlington National Cemetery. Also got George Mason University, Marymount University. It's also the future home and co-headquarters of Amazon. Now, before anyone mentions this, Virginia is not a state, it's a commonwealth. Now, Arlington County is kind of weird. Let me read what it says on their website. Arlington County is considered to be the second largest principal city of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, although Arlington County does not have a legal designation or independent city or incorporated town under Virginia law. So it's kind of weird how it's set up, but for the purposes of this video, we're calling it a county, just like all the other ones. If you want to buy a home in Arlington County, Virginia, it's expensive. Just a single family home, if you could find one that is under $800,000, it's a shocker, and it's probably a little run down. You could find plenty of condos and townhomes for around $450,000 to $700,000, but most homes here are going to be really close to $1 million on up. They have some homes here, I was kind of looking around on Zillow, that are older homes that are really nice. Don't get me wrong, they're really nice, going for $2.5 million. If that home was in the middle of Kansas or Wisconsin or something like that, you could probably get it for under $500,000. The median household income in Arlington County, Virginia is $122,604 annually. Number 6, Howard County, Maryland. Howard County is just west of Baltimore, and it is part of the Washington, Baltimore, Arlington combined statistical area. It's not a metro area, it's a combined statistical area. What's the difference? I don't know, and I don't think it's really important, but I'm sure some government nerd's gonna jump in the comment section and tell me where I'm wrong. But I did look it up. In a nutshell, it just basically means overlapping metro areas. In 2016, Howard County was the second highest county in terms of median household income. Back then, it was $120,000, and it hasn't grown that much. That's probably why they're at number 6. Oddly, in this county, you can find some affordable homes. They have a bunch that are under $300,000 that are livable. They're decent. They have some really nice ones that are in the $500,000 to $600,000 area, but they also have a whole bunch that are well over $1 million. You can get a condo here, nice one, for about $250,000, which compared to the other places on this list, that's outstanding. The median household income in Howard County in 2022 is $124,042 annually. Number 5, Fairfax County, Virginia. Back to Virginia we go. And again, this is part of the DC metropolitan area. Fairfax County, again, is right across the Potomac River from Washington. It surrounds Arlington and Alexandria, Virginia. And it's pretty good size. This is another one where a lot of government bigwigs call home. Fairfax County has some beautiful homes, and you can find prices all over the map, depending on where you go. This is a big place. You could find homes for as low as $350,000 on up to $4 million. Most of the really nice ones are going to go for somewhere around $750,000 to $1 million. This is one of the more beautiful areas to live in Virginia. Actually, pretty much the whole country. Some of these neighborhoods here are just amazing. Type of neighborhood you really only see in movies. The median household income in Fairfax County is $127,866 annually. Number 4, San Mateo County, California. Back to the other side of the country we go, and the Golden State, California. San Mateo County is just south of San Francisco, which is a city and its own county. It's also got part of the north end of what's called Silicon Valley. This county has some towns you've probably heard of: Daly City, San Bruno, Half Moon Bay, Menlo Park, Redwood City, City of San Mateo, and it's also where you'll find the San Francisco International Airport. This is where all the high-end tech workers live, and it's one of the first places people talk about when they say prices have gone up too much on real estate and everything else because of those tech workers. The home prices here are ridiculous. There's a new construction there right now, 7 bedrooms, 13 baths. It's going for $64 million. Most of the homes here are around $5 to $8 million, with the occasional one that pops up over like $15 million. Matter of fact, I'm looking right now on Zillow, and there is a whole bunch that are like 12 million, 5 million, 8 million, 8 million, 16 million. And these are like in the city. This isn't like out on the beach on a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean. No, this is in traffic, like right outside your door. $29 million for one. 5-bedroom, 8-bath. Ridiculous. No wonder people complain about the prices in San Mateo County. The median household income in San Mateo County is $128,091 a year. Number 3, Santa Clara County, California. Right next door, we got Santa Clara County. Santa Clara includes the rest of Silicon Valley, San Jose, this town of Santa Clara, where Levi Stadium is, where the 49ers play. Cupertino's in here, a whole bunch of really Sunnyvale, all those places you hear about when someone's ranting or raving about the .com people. These are all the words you hear at the typical Starbucks there. Startup, valuation, Sunnyvale, Cupertino, Facebook. I make $300,000 and I can't afford rent. If you want to buy a home in Santa Clara County, it's a lot more reasonable than San Mateo. I mean, sort of. You can find homes here for under $750,000. They're few and far between. It's like looking at a Where's Waldo book on Zillow. They don't have many of the crazy expensive, like those 64 million and 25 million, but most, I'd say about 80% of the homes here are over $1 million, with about 60% of them being over $2 million. And what sucks about this, those homes aren't anything special. They're normal suburban homes, like your neighbors right there. You have a backyard, you have a front yard, you maybe have 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. Your house was built in 1970, and your grass is dead because California is in the middle of a drought that's been going on for like 100 years. The median household income in Santa Clara County is $130,890 a year. Number 2, Falls Church, Virginia. Back to Virginia we go, and Falls Church. Anyone from the area that doesn't know the technicalities of this one is gonna say that's just a town. It is. It's its own town. It's an independent town, not in a county. It used to be part of Fairfax County until 1948. Like San Francisco, it's its own city and its own county. But for statistical purposes, the U.S. Department of Commerce, the Bureau of Economic Analysis, combines the city of Falls Church with Fairfax City and Fairfax County. That's just to make the paperwork easier, I guess. Falls Church is the smallest incorporated municipality in the Commonwealth of Virginia and the smallest county equivalent municipality in the United States. Falls Church isn't that big, but they've got a ton of places for sale right now. Condominiums start off around $300,000 and work their way up. But if you want a single family home, you could find older, decent ones for about $650,000. Now they go all the way up over $2 million, but a majority of them are going to stay under $1 million, I'd say. At least that's right now and what's for sale right now. Now that is expensive, but compared to some of the other places on this list, that's not terrible. The median household income in Falls Church, Virginia is $146,922, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. All right, before we get to number 1, don't forget we have another channel called On This Day. There's a link down below. Also, if you have time at the end of this video, there's suggested videos. YouTube's really focusing on that right now, and if you've got time, watch another one. Really helps out. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Loudoun County, Virginia. Back to Northern Virginia we go, and the exciting county of Loudoun. Loudoun is probably one of the best choices to live if you gotta live in Northern Virginia. Loudoun County is just north of Fairfax County, and it's right near one of the coolest towns in West Virginia, Harpers Ferry. The north side of Loudoun County is where the Potomac River and the Shenandoah River meet at Harpers Ferry. Loudoun County is home to Dulles International Airport. Well, there's a small sliver of Dulles that is actually in Fairfax County. Normally they'd move it around so it's all in one county, but no, they're doing it different here. Now, Loudoun County has really nice homes in a really nice area, but the cool thing is their homes, on average, the selling price, not median, the average selling price is almost $100,000 less than it is in Fairfax County. And they're right next to each other. Fairfax County, the average home sells for about $960,000, where in Loudoun County, it's about $870,000. You can find plenty of nice homes in this county for under 600,000. You can still find some that are in the 450 area as well. Sure, they do have the typical ones that go well over $2 million, but a majority of them you're going to find out will be around $700,000 to about $500,000. They got a ton of homes for sale right now. Townhomes will go for around $500,000 to $300,000. That goes for condos too, but a single family home, it's probably going to be over $600,000 at a minimum. Median household income in Loudoun County is $147,111 annually. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.